Usually, battles between predators and their prey don't last long because the predators are bigger and stronger than their victims. But sometimes predators meet their match. Have you ever seen a lone wolf try to take on an adult bison? How do you think a lone hyena would fare against a pack of wild dogs?
Oh, cool.
If you want to see some heart-pounding action, keep watching as we look at 15 even matchups between powerful animals caught on camera. Number 15, bear versus lion. A lion fights a bear in a movie sequence, and although it's a movie, probably under a controlled environment with trainers and all, it looks quite authentic and real. The fight ends in a stalemate. Don't ask me what a bear is doing in the same enclosure as a lion at a zoo, but it's the case in this video. The bear wants something the lion has, and a scuffle ensues between the two. The lion does not appreciate the bear getting so close, so he attacks it without hesitation. The bear backs off and thinks about what he just did. These two seem to be sharing the same enclosure, which is totally inadequate, and it's no surprise they are fighting. I don't know where these zoos are located and what kind of regulatory bodies they have in place to make sure wild animals in captivity are cared for properly, but this doesn't look kosher at all. Number 14, crocodile versus crocodile. Here's a fight between two crocodiles that want to declare their dominance. Both reptiles are trying to bite into the other as they keep going in circles when the fight becomes more intense. Here is an intense fight between two crocodiles. The large one grabs the other one by the tail and executes the death roll. The man taps the crocodiles on the head with a stick, and it's enough for them to disengage and run in different directions. These three saltwater crocodiles display their territorial dominance to each other. They keep their mouths wide open and try to impress the others, but they don't engage. Number 13, crocodile versus elephant. A mother elephant drinks from a river without realizing there's something dangerous just below the water's surface. A 10-foot crocodile decides to clamp its jaws onto the trunk of the unsuspecting elephant. As she fights off the crocodile, the young elephants can only watch helplessly. When a crocodile strikes a young calf with its entire family nearby, none of the adult elephants intervene at first. When mom realizes what's going on, she eventually moves forward to help her calf. This calf was most likely celebrating something special, and the crocodile had to ruin it all. I'm curious if the crocodile understands how large elephants are and how easily they can be crushed if they walk on them. Number 12, donkey attacks hyena. This donkey is taking this hyena for a ride. I had no idea donkeys could be so violent and powerful. The hyena still has a formidable bite and can defend itself, but it almost seems as if it doesn't know what to do against the donkey. You think a hyena would have the advantage over a donkey, but as this video demonstrates, it's not the case. This donkey and this hyena live and hang out together, so they get along, but that doesn't mean they don't have the occasional scuffle, just like in this video. Number 11, rhino versus elephant. Elephants introduced to Pilanesberg Reserve in 1979 were almost always culling orphans. The younger bulls were behaving terribly, intimidating females and attempting to force them to mate since they lacked larger role models to show them the ropes. The elephants went on a rampage and killed over 40 rhinos. This elephant casually pretends to be out for a walk in the bush. The rhino does not want to cause any trouble. The elephant slams into the rhino's backside, almost knocking her out. The rhino responds by swiping back. The white rhino weighs more than 2 tons and has a 5-foot-long front horn. The horn has the potential to be a lethal weapon as it is made of keratin, the same material as claws and nails, and is rock solid and anchored deep into her thick hide. Its large neck hump is made entirely of muscle, and it uses it to lift its heavy head, giving it a powerful upward swing. The elephant continues to approach and slams into the rhino with the weight of 2 SUVs. If the elephant topples the rhino, he may kneel on her, crushing ribs and vital organs. Because of the rhino's body shape, it has a lower center of gravity and good balance, making it difficult for the elephant to roll her over. The rhino is faster and manages to flee. The rhino in this video is protecting her calf from the giant elephant in this standoff between a rhino and an elephant. I doubt anything will happen while the two pugilists stand motionless. Rhinos will not immediately back down from a confrontation with an elephant, but as soon as they get an idea whether it will go their way or not, they will decide quickly to retreat. It's no point trying to go through a wall. This elephant chases away a couple of rhinos, although they don't move very far. It's still a sign that the rhinos respect the elephant and don't want to mess around with it. This rhino doesn't need to take more than a few steps to scare away these young elephants at first. But after reconsidering and realizing how much bigger they are than the rhino and they outnumber him 10 to 1, the elephants decide to walk past the horned beast without a worry in the world. Number 10, Yak versus Bull. This huge yak put on his formal wear for this special event when he goes head-to-head with a big bull. I hope it all works out for him, but whatever happens, this yak looks good. These two are going at it, and they're not holding back. It's survival of the fittest out there, and they both know what they need to do to survive. These two decide to settle differences in front of the entire community. They bash heads as the rest of the herd members place their bets. During this confrontation, the yak takes control of the situation and rams the bull hard onto a dirt road. Once the bull gets back up, he runs away without thinking twice. Number 9, Buffalo versus Rhino. The rhino in this video is enormous, and it uses all its might to plow this Cape buffalo to the ground. I'm sure the buffalo felt like it was on a roller coaster ride at an amusement park and came out bruised and battered. This rhino is so enraged by the buffalo that it continues to bash it with its lethal horn until the buffalo is knocked out and falls to the ground. Even when another buffalo tries to intervene, the enraged rhino continues to attack it. This rhino is a tenacious creature. The rhino, I believe, penetrated some of the buffalo's internal organs, causing him great pain. The herd gathers around their comrade to complete the dying rituals. Here's a buffalo that finally stands his ground against a powerful rhino and isn't pushed around like the two first buffaloes we saw in previous videos. The buffalo keeps his composure and has an answer to all of the rhino's attacks. This rhino approaches this bison, and just when you think the bison is in trouble, it slightly twitches its head, which makes the rhino run like it just saw a ghost. The rhino comes back, charging the bison momentarily, only to head off into the wind, as far away from the bison as possible. This rhino wastes no time slamming this buffalo to the ground. Looking at the two offenders, it's clear that the buffalo is completely outmatched and will be lucky to survive this fight. Number 8, Camel versus Horse. Camels are powerful, and besides the disgusting foam coming out of this camel's mouth, he is crushing the horse into the ground. Does this camel have rabies? What's going on here? This white horse takes on a camel and finds out soon enough it won't be a walk in the park. As soon as the horse advances towards the camel, the humped animal gets the message and becomes hostile by trying to bite the horse. The horse avoids being bitten and runs away. This camel tries biting this donkey's butt, but the donkey kicks back to keep the camel away. The camel doesn't insist and lets the horse walk away. Donkeys are tough animals, but next to camels, they are small. Number 7, Jaguar versus Cayman. One bite from a jaguar can be enough to snatch a meal. This wrestling match between a female jaguar and a cayman is right up there with some of the best we've seen. The jaguar flips the cayman over and goes for the jugular, giving the crocodilian no chance. The dead cayman is dragged out of the ring by the winner. This female jaguar managed to catch and kill a huge cayman, which is cool enough. But then she tried to drag it up the riverbank to stash it in the bushes. The size of the cayman was a little more than she could deal with, so she swam with it back across the river instead. She dragged it along the beach before leaving it and calling her cubs. She picked up the first one and then met with a second before swimming back to feed with both cubs on the unlucky cayman. What a sighting! It's not easy to see a jaguar feeding. They usually take their prey into the thick bush and eat in peace, so finding a jaguar eating a caiman in the open is quite a sighting. This female jaguar had done well to catch such a large caiman and showed her brute strength by dragging it through the jungle to get it a comfortable and safe place to eat. A caiman is relaxing on a beach bank contemplating the future when a jaguar swims over and jumps on it. The jaguar sinks his teeth into the caiman's brain cave, causing the caiman to stop moving. The caiman is toast, and the jaguar has the strength to swim back to mainland with its prey in mouth. That's probably even more impressive than the kill itself. Number 6, cat versus dog. These two dogs surround a cat, and the fight is unfair. Surprisingly enough, the cat holds its ground and doesn't let the dogs overpower it. At the end of the battle, the cat doesn't look injured, but I have some serious doubts about the person filming this video. Honestly, why don't you help the cat out? Another cat faces the wrath of two dogs and stands its ground. When the dogs get too close, the cat strikes. But this is not a very big cat. If the bigger dog goes in for the kill, he will be successful. What I think it's not is objective. When a few stray cats see a dog walking on a nearby street, they pull out the heavy artillery and attack the dog from all sides. Cats use mixed martial arts, kung fu, and jiu-jitsu to let the dog know he's not welcome. It's the first time I see a bunch of cats take it to a dog this way. I don't know what's going on here, but all these cats don't seem to appreciate the presence of a dog. The cats gang up on the dog even though he's kind of calm. Why are there so many cats in one park at the same time? Are these women the cat owners and decided to take the cats for a stroll at the park just like that? Your guess is as good as mine. Number 5, dog versus snake. These 5 dogs surround and attack a king cobra. Dogs grab the cobra and pull it in their own direction, putting a lot of stress on the snake's body. With all the pulling and biting, the dogs eventually kill the snake. Dogs are quite agile when they are confronted with snakes, and I have seen many dogs easily kill them. In this video, you can see a small dog attack a snake without holding back and killing this reptile within seconds. This snake is a little more aggressive as it lunges at a dog to try and strike it. As soon as the dog can bite the snake and mangle it, the snake is totaled. A Rottweiler takes care of business when it spots a snake on its property. The dog is cautious because the snake is extremely aggressive and possibly venomous. The dog grabs and tosses the snake a few times in the air, probably injuring it in the process, but the battle continues even though the video ends. Number 4, mongoose versus snake. A dwarf mongoose battles a deadly opponent, the black mamba, in the Kruger National Park. The mongoose was thought to be attempting to keep the snake away from its nearby burrow. Mongooses are known to consume rats, birds, and snakes, but this massive black mamba is not your typical meal. However, the mongoose will not back down from a fight or a possible meal. The mongoose's method of exhaustion is to dance circles around its prey. The final shot is lethal. The spine is separated from the back of the head with a single snap. The snake isn't dead, but it's immobile. The gain outweighs the risk for the mongoose. A 7-foot snake is a hearty meal for such a small predator. The cobra is aggressive and strikes the mongoose several times, but the mongoose is quick and avoids being bitten. The mongoose is normally confident when approaching a cobra and is very careful and smart, so the snake cannot make contact. Mongooses don't win all their fights against snakes, but they are successful very often, just as in this video. Number 3, wild dogs versus hyenas. After trying to steal their food, a hyena finds itself cornered by the pack and runs into the water where the dogs pursue it. The hyena fights and gets away with a little when a few friends come to help it. Hyenas steal prey from a leopard and are then viciously attacked by a pack of wild dogs. One of the hyenas gets isolated and seeks refuge under a game viewer, while the tracker sitting on the tracker's seat lifts his legs up so they are not in the way of the scrummage. This hyena is in a lot of trouble, and it's no laughing matter. The hyena is encircled by a large pack of wild dogs, and while it is attempting to defend itself, the attacks are coming in spurts from all sides. There are simply too many dogs attacking the scavenger. I'm truly astonished, though, by the hyena's ability to keep its cool and stand its ground in the face of so much adversity. Number 2, wolf versus dog. In this video, 7 wolves attack 2 Kangals. One-on-one, Kangals can take care of themselves against wolves, but 7 against 2 is a different story. If the roles were reversed, 7 Kangals would demolish 2 wolves, the same way the wolves destroyed these dogs. This video is quite spectacular. A pack of wolves approach 2 dogs and attack one of the dogs. One dog is tied and can't help his friend, and it's obvious there are way too many wolves for the other dog to save himself. The wolves drag the dog farther away from the area to finish him off. Number 1, wolf versus bison. A bison and her calf are pursued by 2 wolves through the forest. The bison calf must learn to fight to survive. As the chase goes deep into the forest, the 2 fend off the wolves, mostly because of the mother, as she never leaves her calf unattended or vulnerable. When a wolf looks like he's got a sure meal right in front of him, he takes his sweet time killing the tiny bison calf. That's enough time for mom to arrive and stand by her little one, making the wolf reconsider his plan and abandoning the hunt. In this video, a lone wolf is seen trying to take down an adult bison. The wolf is covered in blood, and it's most probably the bison's, because the wolf has been attacking the bison's hind legs to try and weaken it. But nevertheless, the bison is still standing strong and charging the wolf hard. I must say this is one brave wolf, because I don't see him winning this battle. Most of these clips were awesome, but the one that stood out for me was without a doubt the crazy donkey that mangled the hyena. Which one was your favorite? Why don't you let us know in the comments below? Well, that's our look at 15 even matchups between powerful animals caught on camera. If you enjoyed this video, please give us a like and let us know in the comments what you think. Check out our other videos and subscribe to be part of the fun. Click on the notification icon so you can see our new videos as soon as they're uploaded. That's it for now.